Let's go over the Ateeq Cologne for men. I'm gonna go over this cologne, what you get in this box, talk about the scent profile and performance, and then talk about who this cologne is for, all to help you make a better informed buying decision. So let's just first have a look at the box that it comes in. Really nice design on it. The box also feels really good, really smooth. Go ahead and open it up. And there we have the cologne in this really nice bottle. I have a little note here, just telling you about the different notes in there. And then of course the bottle itself. So really great, this will look really good in the bathroom. I like this kind of design where you can see part of the cologne here. And then we have the base where it cuts in through part of the cologne. It just twists on off like most colognes. So this comes in a 3.4 ounce bottle. So how long will this last? It really depends on the use, but if you're using it, 1 or 2 sprays a day, this could last around a year. So if you're using other fragrances or not using this fragrance every day, it can definitely last more than a year. And this cologne is a Gourmand eau de parfum. And what this means is it's a sweeter, food-inspired scent. So you can think of vanilla, honey, sweet-inspired treats. And these types of colognes are thought of more as, more cozier type scents. They're more mouth-watering, more indulgent. So these types of colognes have around 12 to 20% fragrance oils in them, and they're much richer, and they just last a little bit longer. So on your skin, that means it just, again, lasts a little bit longer and has that sweet smell without being overpowering. So we have the different notes right here. So what it says is the top note is lime, grapefruit, amber honey, cinnamon. The heart note would be lavender, jasmine, dried tobacco. And the base note, vanilla orchard, musk, cedarwood, and tonka. So you can see a little bit of spice, a little bit of sweet in this. So this is more of a fall, winter, early spring type cologne because it does have that kind of cozier scent to it. So it's not all sweets, this specific cologne. So if you're thinking of, more of your stereotypical cologne, that refreshing smell, this is, again, so if you're thinking more of the traditional cologne, that, really ocean blue, fresh smell, this is a completely different scent. So of course it can be worn in the summer, but just the smell itself lends itself to the cooler temperatures. So I'm gonna go ahead and give this cologne a smell. Just go ahead and put it on my forearm here. And right away, you can smell that it does have a cozy smell to it. And it does smell pleasant. Again, not overpowering, but still being strong enough to, of course, smell it. And extra spice in this gives it that more manlier smell, so it's not just a pure sweet smell. So if you're worried about this kind of, smelling like perfume, it doesn't. It smells definitely like a cologne. So could I smell all the notes on here? No, not really. I didn't really smell lime and grapefruit. I definitely had that cedarwood, tonka, musk smell in there. And definitely the sweeter, vanilla orchard, amber honey, and definitely cinnamon in there. But overall, the tasting notes give a really good description of what this smells like. Of course, all your tasting notes, whether that be wine, cologne, perfume, they're always gonna have a lot of different, smells in there, and it's not always gonna match up with what you smell. So who is this for? Really anyone who wants that cozy, sweet, and spicy smell for their cologne. Again, if you're looking for that ultra fresh blue cologne, then this is not the one for you. And of course, colognes are always a great gift to give, and this cologne is no exception, this spicier sweet cologne. Okay, and then the question that you all have, how is the performance of this cologne? How long will it last? So in my experience, this will last the entire day. The scent, of course, it does wane a little bit towards the end of the day. So if you want a really, fragrant smell the entire day, you definitely need to reapply. But for me, it's still fine at the end. I'm okay just waning just a little bit, the scent. So it really just depends how strong you want the cologne to smell towards the end of the day. It can or cannot last an entire day. So for me, I really like the smell of this cologne, so it's definitely one worth checking out.